Hello, my name's Jerroleen Sorensen, and I am a volunteer at the BYU Family History Center. Today's class is on more little-known secrets of family search. I did another class on this some time ago last year, and there are a whole bunch more new things to learn. So hopefully we will have a good session today with understanding a little bit more about family search. So what we're going to talk about today is this list of things here. Quite a few you can see, but it's not going to be terribly long because I have so many things I can't spend a lot of time on each one. But hopefully, if you look at the list, it's some things that you may not be aware of yet. So the first thing we're going to discuss is family search catalogs. A lot of people don't realize, but there are actually two catalogs in the Family Search Library. The first one is the Family Search Catalog, which is on Family Search. It links to genealogical resources held by Family Search, by the Family Search Library, and by selected Family Search centers. So there are things that may or may not be in the other catalog. So it's a good idea to check both catalogs when you're searching. The Family Search Catalog is found under the Search tab on the Family Search main menu. So you just go to that tab, click on it, and then click on Catalog. There are 8 ways to search the catalog. You can search by place, surname, title, author, subject, keywords, call number, and film or fiche number. Now, you can also combine those search types to search one by one. If you're searching for a place, particularly a place that has a different spelling than you might find in English, you need to vary the spelling for the places. Sometimes they're not what you might expect them to be, or they might drop an R or something like that if they're spelled a different way in the other language. If you go to the catalog, you'll see different titles of, or I don't know exactly what they are. They're just like the availability titles. So I just thought you might be interested in knowing that there are 4 of them. One is available. That means you can get it. You can get to it online. The other is missing. Someone maybe has taken that piece of material out of the library for one reason or another, possibly by a researcher or by one of the family search workers to use in their research. Not available means you are not able to access it at all. If it's off-site, then sometimes they can get it on site for you, but oftentimes you just have to check with the people in the Contact Us. And then on loan is another one. If it's, again, that's basically the same as missing. It's out. You can get more information on how to use the catalog by going to the Research Wiki article called Introduction to the Family Search Catalog, or you can go to a help article called Search the Catalog, which the title of it is actually How Do I Search the Catalog for Records? Okay, if you have questions about that, there are some pretty good videos on YouTube that will choose the ones that are most up to date, obviously, but they can also give you some really good tips. You can see that's the catalog search there on the right, that picture. And I just typed in England, Lancashire. It comes up with its own, if you click on that, it'll come up with its own Lancashire label, and then you just click on the label. So that happens a lot of times when you type in a country that's got a prominent county or whatever on it. The second one is the Family History Library catalog, or it's actually Family Search Library now, but they still call it the Family History Catalog, I think, because that's where I got that. The Family History Library catalog lists physical items available at the Family Search Library. The actual physical Family Search Library. So these are physical things that are physically there. They're not necessarily on anything that's online there. It does give you links, however, to things that are in the Family Search Digital Library. The digital library on the catalog, those are all digital things, but if you go to the books catalog, which is part of the Family Search catalog, that gives you also physical books in the Family History Library, in the building library, as well as digital copies of those books. So be aware of that. Some things are still physical. They're copying thousands of books all the time from the FamilySearch library, so the physical library. So they'll be online as quickly as we can get them there. In the Family History Library, you can search for books like microfilms, microfiche maps, and more. You can create reading lists, and you can save your book searches so you don't have to do them over and over again. You can also create, by the way, don't forget, and I did this in another video, you can also create print lists, which is the same thing as a saved book search or saved resource search in the FamilySearch catalog on FamilySearch. So the availability of the items varies, again, the same way, and it's always being updated with new items. The FamilySearch catalog itself, the online catalog that's in FamilySearch, was last updated September 22nd. But if you'll go to the FamilySearch library, the actual physical library, if you go to their catalog, that's sort of one reason why I left it at Family History Library, because they're both kind of confusing if you put them both in that way. But this one, the FamilySearch catalog, is always updated. This catalog for the library itself. Is everything clear with that? It seems a little bit confusing, isn't it? But there are those two, and they are two different catalogs. So when you search the library catalog, the actual physical library catalog, then you go to Catalog Home FamilySearch. That's the link right there. And then I've given you the full link below. This is how the search comes up on that. It's a lot different from the one on the FamilySearch catalog, but you can search by those 4 different things. You can search by a specific collection. You can search by a keyword and so on. So it's pretty easy to search. This is the second thing we're going to talk about, is contributions and impact. This is a fairly new thing on research, on FamilySearch. What have I done for the FamilySearch community? You might ask yourself, what am I really contributing? Am I doing anything that's important? This tells you, yes, you are. So there are several things attached to this. You can find your impact on the main menu under the Get Involved tab. And that will give you kind of an overview of what you did, what you've done in FamilySearch in general, and some other ideas of things that, so these are the things that are up here on the right. Those will come up. Also, you can also go to the campaigns, which I've talked about in another video as well. Just search all campaigns, FamilySearch on Google, or go to that link right there. And in that one, it's you scroll all the way down to the bottom of that, and it'll say Year in Review. And when you click on the Year in Review button, you get a really extensive view of what you yourself have done on FamilySearch, as well as what other people have done. For example, 500+ million new people and sources were added to the tree in 2023. That type of thing. So it's very thorough. The next thing we're going to talk about is categories in the Research Wiki. This is something a lot of people don't realize is there, but it can really be helpful if you're looking for a lot of different sources in one particular area. So the way you do it is you go to the wiki. I should have told you how to get to the wiki. Oh, I did. Find the Research Wiki under the Search tab. Go to the wiki, use the search term category instead of just typing in your location or your subject. Category, and you can do this in Google too, by the way. You can use different search terms as well, but category is the main one. Category with a colon, and then just put in your subject or location that you want. A list of articles in the wiki that are in that category will come up, and then you can choose the one you want. Other relative categories are also listed at the bottom of each of those category pages, so you can find a lot of different things on those pages. This is one up here at the top for the category England Beginners. So if you were just starting out in English, this might give you some other ideas. There's a couple of things in there that I haven't seen on the main wiki page for England, so it's actually sometimes may have things that might not be on those main wiki pages. This is another one, another example of category World War. I put in World War II, and it said World War 1939. So if you don't get what you're looking for, just keep fiddling around with the search terms until it comes up with what you want, or else it doesn't come up with anything. One of the two. So this gives you tons and tons and tons of information, as you can see, about World War II, and not just about who was in it, but all the states as well. So it's pretty interesting how many great things you can find in this category section of the wiki. The next thing is the place research tool. This is pretty new also. Now, if you know anything about how FamilySearch works with places, it's very important in FamilySearch to have the standardized place. And people say, well, why do I have to do that? It's the right place. It's got the right. And the reason is, when you do a standardized place, then the wiki algorithms in the program, I mean, not necessarily the wiki, but the algorithms in the program that find things, the sources, they can look much more easily for that place if they have a standardized place, because that's the place that the program is going to look for, is that specific place. And if you put in something else and it's not standardized, it may or may not look for that place because it may not recognize it. So it's a really good idea to put all your places standardized. You can find the place research tool in Help and Learning. You can just type in place research tool, and then it will send you to a page to go to that page. It's a kind of a long way to do it. You can Google FamilySearch place research tool. And I'll tell you what, when I look for things in FamilySearch, 99% of the time I'll look in Google instead of trying to find them on Help. Help is a great tool. Don't get me wrong. I did a video on Help, so take a look at it and see how great it really is. But sometimes the searching part of it is not as good as just Googling. So that's what I usually do. So you can just Google FamilySearch place research tool, and it'll come up. That's the actual URL for it right there. So this is just kind of how to do it. I'm not going to really go through it too much, but you just use the tool this way, put down the place that you want and press enter, and you can do different things with it. It has a show more options tool that will let you find the exact place that you're looking for. And there will be a map, and it will mark where the place is. And then under the map will be information about that place. It's really good. I would suggest you use it for anytime you go to a new place, to look and just kind of get some more information about the place itself. And then if you know that the place that you're looking for isn't on FamilySearch because it's not coming up in any of the iterations that you type in, and you do sometimes have to type in more than one spelling or iteration of the place name. But if you don't think that it's there, or you know that what they have on there is actually not the correct place, like there's something wrong with it, and you know that, you can actually suggest a new place there, and you just it's really easy to do. Just follow those steps and create a place for FamilySearch to consider. And then if it's a correct place and they feel like it's something that needs to be in there, then you can. And I've found quite a few of those in England. They're just little tiny villages that actually are appearing on record, but they aren't in FamilySearch. So it's really good and helpful to do that, to help FamilySearch get better and better at places. You can also just provide information to improve the place itself, and you can do that just by following those steps there, and that's very easy. You can also review places, and this is a way to get involved. You click on Opportunities, Get Involved, which is on the main page. The Opportunities is on the main page under Opportunities. Then what it'll do is it'll have a little box, and you can just click on the box for reviewing places. And when you do that, what it'll do is it'll have you go through and look at different places on different profile pages and make sure that they're standardized. And then you can also get more information about the place tool by going to these articles. Explore your family tree map with places tool. and then the place research tool, and then the wiki article on family search places. Now, one thing about it, there is a really awesome map there, and you should zero in on your place on the map so you can really see it exactly where it is in the country that you're looking for, and just kind of get more information about the exact location. So many times if we just do things without looking at maps, without finding our locations really nicely on a map, it oftentimes we won't be able to find what we're looking for because we won't see the little things that are around the little place that we're looking for. So I would suggest using that map on the place tool really extensively when you change places, particularly or trying to find something. So this is a new thing, and it just popped up the other day as I was looking on the search tab. It's cemeteries, and basically what it is, it's sort of a way to do find my grave, find a grave or billion graves in Family Search easily. It's not super complete right now, I have to admit, because I browsed some things and they didn't come up. So just be patient, and eventually it will have lots more cemeteries in it. But what you can do on that page is you can search for a location or a full name of an individual, and find where they're buried in the cemetery, what cemetery they're in, or you can find a cemetery, and then you can find all the individuals that are buried in that cemetery. So it is really, really awesome. I really like it. It also has a map view, and if you click on that little button down there, try it, explore the map, then it makes it easier for you to navigate. You can just search and browse. You can find any number of people that are buried in the cemetery so that you can see if there are links to other of your ancestors. There's general information about the cemetery, and if it's still around, it'll give you hours and address. And it also, if it's online and it has things online, they'll link you to a cemetery homepage so that you can find out more information about that cemetery and what services they have. And there are there's some other relevant categories to cemeteries at the bottom of the page that can maybe help you with your research. It's not 100% complete, as I said, but there are the larger cemeteries and many cemeteries in the US and Canada right now. You're not finding things outside of the US and Canada at this point. And there's also a directory of the cemetery, so you can actually look in the directory. If you can't remember the exact name, just kind of look in the place where you think it might be. So that is a really nice tool that I'm really happy that they've put in. A lot of you probably are already aware of images. This is a really great tool to find things that are not yet indexed. You can find it under the search tab and it just says images, and then you click on it. The other way you can go to images is to view original document or check image availability on a source page. Now that will not necessarily take you to this Explore Historical Images page. It will just take you directly to whatever image is available. And sometimes they're not available on Family Search. Sometimes you'll have to go to, it'll take you to Find My Past. They say the National Archive, but it really goes to Find My Past, for example, on the census. But that's where the Find My Past gets into, gets images as well. So you will find the image somewhere if you click on View Original Document or check image availability. Often the image is not available, but a great many times you'll be able to see that original image, and you really need to look at original images if you can. It's absolutely vital. You will find a great deal more information on an original image than you will on just looking at the index. So when you get there and you find the image that you're looking for, there are two ways to attach it, okay? You can either download the image to your computer, and that little download arrow right there is, you'll click on that and it'll let you download it onto your computer, and then you can actually save the image into your own files. And then if you want to put it back on Family Search as an image, you can upload it then as a memory source, and you can do that on the source page by clicking on Add Source and then Add Memory Source. So upload it as a memory source on the person's source page, or you can just add it as a memory on the person's memory page. my husband does this all the time. Every single time he finds an image. I don't always do it, but if the image is available easily on FamilySearch. But if I find an image that is not available on FamilySearch, I will almost always put it on a memory page or in the person's source page, because it helps other people who are doing the research, and it also helps me. Then I don't have to go find it again. You can also do it a second way, and this is from the record page or the image page. You can click on the image that's there, and then when you click on that, you can attach it to the family tree by clicking on Attach Family Tree. Attach to Family Tree. Right there you can see. Sometimes it just says attach to tree. Sometimes it says to attach to family tree. Add a note to the attachment so that people know why you're attaching it and what it is. Click on next, and then select the person so you can find the person that you want it to be attached to. And then what's really great is you can also attach it to any other people that you want to attach it to, so you don't have to attach it one by one to different people. You can attach it to as many people as are on the record or as you think need to be attached to it. And then you can then click on next and provide a reason to attach it. And then the last thing is click on attach. And when you click on that attach, then it goes to the sources list of the person that you originally wanted to attach it to. But it will also appear in the other people's sources list. So the notes will also come up. So whenever you're looking at sources on people's pages, make sure you check the notes, because if they've done it right, if they've done a good job, then they will have added notes and reasons, and then you'll know exactly what is going on with that record. And maybe there's a problem, or maybe they've added it because it indicates someone as a witness. There are all kinds of different things. So you need to do that as well. Make sure that you put good notes on sources of all kinds, not just this type. Okay, always try really hard to make sure that everybody has as much information as possible. And guess what? If you do that, you'll find that people will mess around with the tree a lot less. They will not make mistakes on it either. And they won't do things that you're like tearing your hair out, because they'll know, oh, I see why this is here, because so-and-so says it has such and such a thing on it. And then they'll go check it themselves, and sure enough, it will be correct. The next thing we're talking about is what's new blog. And I've talked about blogs before on some of my videos too, but this is a really awesome part of the blog. So the blog itself is really fun, and I hope that you all use it and look at it and just have lots of fun with it. It's extremely informative about so many things. So you find the FamilySearch blog under the Help button at Help and Learning. And then when you get to Help and Learning, just scroll down, because it'll be under Helpful Articles and Tips, and then you go to Browse Articles. I'm Help and Learning, not the little box. If you click on the little button there, it'll take you to Help and Learning, okay? So it's not that little box on the main page. It's hard to get to from there, but if you click on that little Help button, go to Help and Learning, and then find the FamilySearch blog, and then scroll down to Helpful Articles and Tips or Browse Articles. And then also, if you just want to go straight to the blog and not go through all that, you can find the blog link at the bottom of any page on FamilySearch. I honestly can't remember for sure if it's on the profile pages, but I know it's on any of the main pages. So find the blog link at the bottom of any page, and you can find it. It's a lot easier in a way. And the other thing is you can just Google it again. FamilySearch blog, Google Go. You can also type in the blog's URL. So search for what's new when you get to the blogs, and just type in what's new in FamilySearch or any other topic that you want to look at. And then, and because it's a little bit different though, you have to kind of look for the search, because it's up on the right corner with a magnifying glass. It doesn't have a box like in some places. So you just click on the magnifying glass, and then it'll come down with a bunch of filters. You can type what's new if you want, but you can come down, look at the filters, and then type in what's new if you need to. But there's a what's new at FamilySearch filter on the left, so you don't even really have to type anything. The latest articles will be by year, and you can just scroll down. They've got all the years that they've been using what's new in FamilySearch. And so you just filter down by year, and then you can come up with the year that you want to look at, if it's this year or whatever. They add a lot of things to Family Search, and so they're always adding new things to the What's New blog. So check it often. Sorry. And then the other thing is you can also ask them to send you updates on the blog and on other information about Family Search. They'll send you to your email. You just go to your settings and then go to Family Search information and or discoveries. Just click on that. News and tips is also another one that you can click on. So those will give you under notifications. Those will give you notifications for new things to look for. And I just included this little title here because I thought it was so cool that we have the 1931 census. It's available now to search for free. We have not had that census, and it's just terrific that we have now got that been released to the public and we can look at it. So everybody who has Canadian relatives go, yay! Okay, so Family Search consultations is another thing that a lot of people don't know about. In the help box, click on Contact Us, then scroll down almost all the way to the bottom to In-Person Help. Click on Find In-Person Help and scroll down to the Research Consultations. Click on Schedule Now, and then you can schedule an appointment. It won't be with our library. I'm not saying don't come to our library. I'm just saying if you need a 20-minute appointment about a fairly general question, you can also get a consultation with the Research Consultations there. Of course, we prefer you come to us because, you know, we're us. But you can also get consultations with the Family Search Library in Salt Lake. They will not look things up for you, though. So don't expect that you're going to get things looked up. Very, very rarely will they ever look something up for you. So that's just something to be aware of. That's not their job. I do these consultations myself, and so I know that's not their job. But what you're going to do is when you schedule, you'll select the focus area, and they have all different countries. So you're going to select the country that your ancestor comes from or that you want to talk about, and then you schedule an appointment. Now, one thing they do have that is actually really nice. They have professionals who are DNA professionals. And so if you want a DNA consultation, those are 40 minutes. And you'll get somebody there at Family Search who actually can help you with your DNA really in detail. So that's the one really good thing that's different from, I mean, we have DNA people at our library, but in this case, these are people who work at Family Search Library and do nothing but DNA. So be fairly specific in your description of the problem, because if you just say to somebody, I'm looking for my grandpa in Hamburg, you know, then they're going to go, okay, great. You know, I probably can't help you much, except I'll tell you what you can do to find Hamburg records. But if you're specific and you say, you know, I want this type of record in this place, then they will often be able to help you, not necessarily find the record itself, but be able to go to the place where you can actually find the record. You're not going to get translations. People sometimes ask us for German translations on these consultations, and we almost always say, I'm sorry, we can't do that, because it takes too long, number one. And secondly, that's not what we're paid for. We don't get the big bucks for that, you know, us volunteers. But you can get translation on Family Search. What you want to do is go, instead of going to the consultations, you can go to Family Search communities and go to the right community and then say, I need translation for this document. And then someone will do it who is an expert at Family Search. They will do that. They're professionals who do that. But these consultations are good. They're very general, though. I will tell you that they're almost always going to be quite general. So if you need something really specifically done, I would suggest coming to the BYU library on our Zoom and getting more specific and longer type of consultation. So we can give you a longer consultation than 20 minutes as a general rule. So that's consultations. The next thing I want to talk about is Family Search Labs. Now, this is something fairly new to the public. Now, they've been doing this for quite some time, but now they're asking for our help. So Family Search Lab is on Family Search. You can test things that they're doing. You can give feedback on experiences that you have with these new developments that they're trying to put onto Family Search. Some of them may not ever make it there, but usually they do. Usually these things that they're doing are just great, and they work out great, and they put them on. So the one thing you have to remember about this is it is under development. So these are all betas, as they call them. And so they're experiments. So they change things according to what your feedback says. So you're not going to get any support from FamilySearch on them because it's developmental and you just kind of have to fiddle with them yourself. But what is really important is the feedback. So what you need to do if you do this is give them good, specific things. How can they improve this so that when they actually put it on as a developed program, part of the platform, they can actually have it be perfect, or as perfect as they can get it. So this is how you get there. When you're on FamilySearch, go to the home page, and then partway down the page on the right-hand side, there's a big list of things for you now. And that's another fairly new thing. So always scroll down to that list and see what fun things are there for you. And then when you get down about halfway, you'll see the FamilySearch Labs box, and you'll click on that and then click View Experiments. Okay. So when you get to View Experiments, it'll bring up these things and expand your search with full text. You can start using their full text. Now, the full text is not out yet, but it is coming out this year, and it is going to be fantastic because you will be able to search historical records using any text that's in the record. It's just going to be amazing. I cannot wait. You can also test some of these other things that are going on. They're doing a lot with AI. So pretty soon we're going to have AI searches, which again is going to be fabulous. So there's a lot of really cool things. The Together by FamilySearch is actually going to be sort of like the old My Family. I don't know if any of you used that a long time ago when the internet first came out. There was something called My Family, and my family used it, and it was really fun, but then it went defunct. So this will be kind of like that. You can just have it'll be just like extended family groups that can get together and do things with living people instead of only dead people. Won't it be fun to work a little bit with living people instead of just dead people? So try it out, see what you think. It's going to be I think it's fun to use, so I think you'll enjoy it. And that goes along with Get Involved. So Get Involved is on the main menu there. And it's a great, fun thing for families, for youth groups, for just you individually. There's so many things that you can do to get involved in FamilySearch. FamilySearch has kind of decided, I think, and I've actually heard this said, that the important thing is to get people into FamilySearch. Just get people into FamilySearch, doing things with their families and learning more about their ancestors and getting more involved with genealogy, but not the nitty-gritty of genealogy so much anymore as just get involved with your family and keep those memories alive and things like that. So this is really what this page is designed for. So you can click on Get Involved, click on the Get Involved page, and then when it comes up, you'll see an overview. So click on Overview and then click on See Opportunities. So when you get to the opportunities, there's several of them you can do there. You can do Name Review, Index Historical Records, and Verify Places. Those are 3 of the things that are on there. There are more opportunities than that. Sometimes that doesn't come up, but sometimes it'll come up with this thing that says More Opportunities. If you see that, you can click on that and just go to this URL here. Otherwise, you can type that URL in and it'll give you more opportunities. And those are the ones at the bottom: Improve Records, Test FamilySearch Projects, which is basically the labs. Become a research volunteer, like I am. I volunteer for FamilySearch. Translate FamilySearch content, grow the family tree, and donate to FamilySearch if you just want to give some money. That would be greatly appreciated. So final tips. These are just a couple of other little things that you can do. Use recents on the main page to keep track of profiles, and you can also find it when you're in a profile page. So recents will help you to find who you just visited, and you can keep up to about 50 profiles that you have recently visited, so you don't get lost and go, oh, who was that person I was just looking at? Just go back to recents and you'll be able to find it. It's on the secondary menu on the main page, on the home page, but it's It's also on the profile pages. You can add an unconnected person to the tree by clicking on add an unconnected person. That is at the bottom of the recents list. So go all the way down to the bottom of the list, and there is add an unconnected person. Now, when you do this, I think the reason I put it at the bottom of that list is so nobody can find it. When you do this, this is basically for your use, because nobody else will know that person is there unless they somehow stumble across the name when they're looking for someone, and possibly for that same person. But the chances are that person will just be hanging out there forever if you don't use that person again. So I would never add an unconnected person unless I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be able to add this person, but I don't know his family right now. Now, when you do that, then use it carefully and always keep track of that person. In other words, write down his PID in a place where you can find it again, and why you put it in there, and who he is, and that kind of stuff, so that you have him and you don't just lose him after adding him in there. Okay, so that's what that is for. The research wiki is like my favorite thing in the entire family search, and I have so many people who come to me for help, and I say, have you used the research wiki? And they'll say, oh, a little bit, or they'll say, no, what is that? And I'm like, whoa, you are missing so much, because the Family Search Research Wiki is the best tool for genealogical research on the internet. There is nothing better. And so I gave you here, this is digging deeper into the research wiki, and it will take you, this is just one. Now I have a whole bunch of them on there. So if you want to start from the beginning, you can start with the basics. This one is for more advanced researchers, kind of like I suppose you people are, because you're wonderful and listen to our webinars and videos. This one will give you some more information about how to find research resources on the research wiki. There's also one called Research Tools that I did I guess it's been almost 2 years now, hasn't it? But not that much has changed. So they're still good. And then the last one is, I did a video on little known secrets of family search that you can take a look at last year. And it's got a lot more different things that I talked about today, about how to use family search in ways that you probably don't know are there unless you've watched my video or you use it all the time. So hopefully I've given you some new things, and you can find some more new things by going to some of these other places that I've showed you today. So explore family search. It's the greatest. Some people like to use other programs for their research. I do too. I use Ancestry. I use Find My Past. I use MyHeritage sometimes. I use other research tools, lots of them. But Family Search is the best. And thank you very much for coming today. And I appreciate it very much. And I hope that you get a lot out of our classes. Thank you.